So as we prepare for the 2020 NFL season, the Jaguars have been near the top of a lot of analyst lists. And these lists have to do with 2021 NFL mock drafts. And the Jaguars, by pretty much every sports site, CBS Sports, ESPN, NFL.com, everybody is projecting the Jaguars to have the number one overall pick and to pick quarterback Trevor Lawrence out of Clemson. Now, is this a possibility? Are the Jaguars truly the worst team in the NFL? And what kind of potential do the Jaguars have in 2020? We will talk about all that in this video. So when I look at the Jaguars in 2020, I really compare it to the 2013 Jaguars when Dave Caldwell took over. The reason being is obviously the Jaguars let a lot of pieces go in 2020. Most notably being A.J. Boye, Calais Campbell, Nick Foles. They are kind of trimming the roster down, and they pretty much got any kind of trade value they could get for some of these players, and they really didn't go out and spend a lot of money in free agency. So the Jaguars really have not positioned themselves in the best spot for success in 2020 when you look at it. And Dave Caldwell did a similar thing in 2013 when he took over the Jaguars. He pretty much cut everybody with any kind of cap hit for the Jaguars. When you look at the Jaguars this year on the roster, they really only have 3 players that are demanding, any big kind of salary. That being Miles Jack, Andrew Norwell, and Brendan Linder. And I guess you can probably include middle linebacker Joe Schobert up in there. And really, none of these guys are really breaking the bank with the contracts that they're getting. So really, you look at the Jaguars, they're very young, and they do not have a lot of money tied up in players. And they got a good amount of dead cap hit this year, but in 2021, that's all pretty much relieved. Now, another thing I'm going to do is compare the rosters from 2013 to 2020. Really, the roster right now is a lot better than it was in 2013. And really, just the players that are on their rookie deals right now are a lot better. And that's just because of Dave Caldwell being a better GM than Gene Smith. I mean, when you look at it, at quarterback, Gardner Minshew is much better than Blaine Gabbert or Chad Henne. When you look at it, the right tackle, Jawan Taylor, he's much better than whoever the hell the right tackle was in 2013. You look at it, and we have a 1,000-yard receiver in DJ Chark, and you look around, and the top guys were like Cecil Shorts and Mike Brown back then, and I guess Justin Blackman, you can probably count him, right before he popped the suspension pill. And, you look around, we did not have a running back like Fournette, who had 2 1,000-yard seasons. You had Toby Gerhart and I think Justin Forsett. You really had nothing at the running back position. You also look at it, and you didn't have a double-digit sack guy that you had in Josh Allen, and really, you didn't have Miles Jack. You didn't have a lot of these guys. So basically, what I'm saying is the roster right now is a lot better than it was in 2013 when the Jaguars went 4-12 that year and captured the number 3 overall pick. But you look at it, and I'm going to sit here and say that the Jaguars, they might not be totally bad next year. I'm gonna tell you guys 3 things that the Jaguars really need to happen for the Jaguars in order for them to be successful in 2020. The first thing is they obviously have to avoid the injury bug. Now, it's pretty obvious that the Jaguars, if you look at starting roster talent, they might be able to compete. But when you look after that, it's pretty much razor thin, really, the depth at these positions. So, and you look at it, and there's at least one team every year that gets completely decimated by the injury bug, and it pretty much knocks them out of playoff contention. For the Jaguars to have any kind of success in 2020, they cannot hit the injury bug. In 2017, when the Jaguars went to the AFC Championship game, they were pretty much healthy all year, especially on the defense. So they had to have that same kind of luck going into 2020. You also look at it, and the Jaguars have to get productivity out of their rookie class. The Jaguars drafted 12 players on the team, and they also have some undrafted free agents that might very well contribute. You look at it, and really the first 4 picks of the draft, we could get really solid contribution right away. The cornerback out of Florida, C.J. Henderson, he's going to be a plug-and-play starter right away. Outside linebacker, defensive end, Clavon Chason is going to be heavily in a rotation. Wide receiver, Laviska Shenault. Defensive tackle, Devon Hamilton. All these guys are going to get a lot of playing time, and they're going to be in the rotation a lot. So who knows? Maybe we can capture 2, 3, 4 Pro Bowl type players. I mean, just this last season, the Jaguars got a Pro Bowler in Josh Allen and the best right tackle in the draft in Jawan Taylor. And not to mention a great 6th-round pick in, Gardner Minshew that is now going to be the starting quarterback this year. So really, they need to get great productivity out of this rookie class. It seems like every year, like I said with the injury bug, every year there is a rookie class that completely outperforms itself, and it might even propel them to the playoffs. I look at the Bills last year. The Bills drafted Cody Ford at right tackle. They got good production out of Ed Oliver. They had Knox, the tight end. They had Singletary at running back. They had a lot of production from their rookie class. The Jaguars, their rookies are going to have all the same opportunity that any other rookie class will get, really, with where they drafted and how they drafted. So hopefully the Jaguars can get some quality performances out of these guys. And the last thing, the most important aspect of this is Gardner Minshew. How does Gardner Minshew improve? Where does he go in 2020? It's, a lot of people, especially the national wise, they're just kind of saying, oh, tank for Trevor, write them off, onto the next team. But how good can Gardner Minshew be? I mean, he was as good as any rookie quarterback in 2019. He was right up there with Kyler Murray, Daniel Jones. I guess you can throw Drew Lock in there, even though he didn't have a lot of really playing time. He didn't have a lot of a sample size. But Gardner Minshew, if you throw away draft grades, draft spots, I mean, it's hard to see, he's right in there in the mix of those guys is all I'm saying. So, everyone's counting Kyler Murray as Arizona's quarterback. Everyone's counting Daniel Jones as the New York Giants quarterback. Maybe Gardner Minshew progresses and he can be a Drew Brees. He can outperform, even those two guys. And, if Gardner Minshew plays at a really high, at a Pro Bowl level, the Jaguars could very well be great. They could very well go to the playoffs. I know I sound like an idiot saying that, but I'm kind of talking about ceiling here. If we got some good players on the roster, like I was saying, Josh Allen, DJ Chark, Jawan Taylor, even Brandon Linder is decent. Leonard Fournette. You can say what you want about different guys on the defense, but the Jaguars at the starting level, they're not completely horrible. I compared them to the 2013 roster. The roster is a lot better than it was in 2013. So let's see what the Jaguars can do. Let's see what Gardner Minshew can do. I am not going to sit here and write off the 2020 season. Will the Jaguars be good? I mean, probably not, but I'm not going to sit here and go into the season saying, oh, we're going to suck. Let's just move on to next year. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to watch all 16 games of the Jaguars, win, lose, no matter how ugly the games are. You guys know I'll still be there. Hopefully you guys will too. And let's buckle up for, hopefully, a 2020 season. Now I'm going to end this video by giving shout outs to some of my members. Tony G and Gator Chomp have joined the Cub level, and Predator has upgraded to the Pride of UCF Jaguar. You guys can become a member by clicking the links down below. You can become a member for as low as $3 a month for member-only perks and member-only videos and stuff like that. And you guys can also follow me on Twitter at UCF Jaguar and at UCF_Jaguar. Also on Instagram at the same exact handle. So thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time.